Hello everyone and welcome to the Scratch tutorial series part 3. In this installment we are going to talk about the conditional statement in programming, that in which situation we should use conditional statement like if and else, and how we can make some solution for any kind of problem. So we're gonna see step by step, and also we are going to talk about the pseudocode. So what is pseudocode and how we can use pseudocode in our programming, and also we're gonna see some bug fixing. So let's dive in and start learning. Okay, so first try to understand the conditional statement if and else. So let's suppose we have a meerkat in this position. This is the initial position of this meerkat, and it has two options to go, like to museum and to a park. So if you count the distance, you'll see that the meerkat initial position to museum, it has shorter distance, but compared to the park it has a little bit longer distance. So if you count the costing, let's say it will cost $10 to travel from the initial position to museum and $15 for park. So the question is, how much money do this sprite have? Let's say if our meerkat has more than $10 but less than $15, then it can only travel to museum but not to the park. But if somehow it has like $15 or more than it, then it can travel to park or even museum. It depends, right? So based on this situation, we can implement some kind of solution by using this conditional statement if and else. So in Scratch programming we have two kinds of block for this kind of situation, where it has only one if then condition, like if something happen then we'll do something, or if and else conditional block, like if something happen we'll do something, otherwise else we'll do something else. So now let's see how we can understand this conditional statement more clearly by implementing a situation in our Scratch programming app. Let's start. Okay, first let's talk about the problem. So we are going to design a program where it will take two numbers as input from the user, and based on the input it will show either the given numbers are equal, or if one of them is greater than or less than the other. So to write our code for this problem, we first need to understand the steps, like what will be our first step, then the next one and the next one, like so on. So we can understand or write down the steps by using pseudocode. So what is pseudocode? Pseudocode is basically a language through which we can write down the action for our solution. It's not a programming language, but it helps us to do coding or programming. So let's say for this problem, we can say the first step, it should be like the program will ask the user for two numbers, first num and second num. Basically refers to the first number and the second number. Okay, after taking this input, the program will check if these two numbers are equal or not. If it is true, then it will show directly they are equal, and if not, then it will check again, like if the first number is greater than the second number or not. If that happens, then it will show first number is bigger, means the second number is smaller, and else means that first number is greater than second number is false, or we can say first number is less than the second number. Then it will show first number is smaller. So I hope that you understand the pseudocode for the steps. So now let's implement the code and try to make the solution for this problem. So I have already launched the Scratch programming app. So here you can see that the default sprite one. Let's rename it into meow cat. Okay, sounds good. Then now try to understand the steps. So what is the first step? If I move on to the pseudocode, then first step was it will ask the user for two numbers. So first we need an event to create, like go to event. Then this time I am choosing the second event, okay, where we can use any keys from our keyboard. You can also select other keys. So basically I'm using the space key. So whenever we click this space key, it will generate a ticket and the other codes will learn. Okay, so now let's say we have to ask the numbers from the user, so we can use from sensing ask. Let's write give first number, then we need a variable to store that first number. Let's create a variable, like make a variable. Let's say first for f and num for number. Hit OK. So this time we don't want to show this variable on screen, so let's just deselect this option, so it will be gone. So now let's set this f name to the answer that we are getting from this ask block. Okay, so the given answer will be set on this f num named variable. Now we want to ask the second number, so let's duplicate it so it will be easy to manage. Let's say here we have to change the first word to second word. Now give second number after getting the first number. So now we need another variable, like second s num refers to second number. Also deselect this box. Okay, so now we have two number and you have to check this one obviously. So the second question's answer will be set on this snum variable, which refer to second number. So now from the user we have already got the two numbers, like first number and second number. So then let's check again the second step, that was it will check first number equals to second number or not. So what we have to do, we have to go to control to find out only the if condition, because there we will check only if they are equal or not. So now take the operator and try to find out this equal operator, where we're gonna put these two variable, like fnum to the left side and snum to the right side. So this is the condition, fnum equals to snum. Okay, first number equals to second number or not. If this is true, so the program will show a message like they are equal, right? So they are equal. Okay, cool. So also let's change the seconds to 5 for the delay. Okay, so if this condition happens, so it will show this message they are equal for 5 seconds. Now if this condition doesn't match with the operator or the number given by the user, then we need another condition to implement. This time we are going to use this if else condition. Just try to understand first. So to implement this if else condition, we have to check our pseudocode again, check if first num is greater than second num or not, so that we can call the first num is bigger, right? So let's take the operator that match with this condition, like the greater than operator, and also we have to take this first num and second num. So you can duplicate it by hovering over it and right click duplicate and put it inside, and again right click duplicate and put it inside. So we have this condition. After we have to add it just right after the first if block, the single if block. Then try to understand, if this condition occurs, that means if this is true, then it will show, say, that the first number is greater, right? So it will show the message like the first number is greater, or you can also write like the second number is smaller, same thing. Okay, so if this condition is not true, that means first number is not greater than second number, that means we are going to implement this fourth step else for first number is smaller. So this will directly, automatically will get this result from this else condition, right? If this if condition is not true, then it will directly go to this else conditional block. So we can just directly copy this and paste it into it and just write that first number is smaller, right? So easy. So just have a look on this code and try to understand if you can understand all these steps or not, and if they match with our pseudocode. So now let's run the program. Okay, as we have implemented the even when space bar from the keyboard key pressed, so I'm going to maximize it and I'm pressing the space bar. Wow, it's working. Give first number. Let's say the first number is 6. Enter. Give second number. Let's say the second number is 6. So they are equal, right? So first condition meet, the first if condition, the single one. Now there's a problem. The first number is smaller. It is also showing that condition too. So we need to debug it. Okay, it's a kind of error. Okay, so just stop the program, then move it, and let's try to understand if this condition happen. Okay, then it will move to the next conditional statement, but basically this condition doesn't happen, like if this is not greater than, so it will also consider if that is less than or even equal. That's why we have seen that the program is showing first number is smaller too, right? So how can we get rid of this problem? It's so easy. Just you have to understand the if else conditional statement first. Here we need to make some changes, right? Like we can take another if else condition. Okay, then we can put this equal sign. So basically first we're gonna check if they are equal or not. If true, we'll say they are equal. Otherwise, in else condition, it's gonna check if they are greater than, if one of them is greater than this other, then it will show this, otherwise else. Okay, now I hope that it will work. Okay, now let's check again. So this is the process how we debug for our bug, where bug refers to the errors and debug means you're fixing the errors. Okay, so now again I'm maximizing it, pressing the spacebar, give first number 6 and second number 6, they are equal. Okay, and let's wait for 5 seconds if we get another bug or not. Wow, so there is no bug, right? So it's working. Okay, now again we are going to check another condition, like first number is 6 and second number is 5. So it is showing first number is greater than, the second one, or first number is greater. So yeah, it's working. Again, let's check for first number is 5 and second number is 6. So first number is smaller. Okay, so that's how the codes work. So I hope that you have understand the steps, especially how we implement this problem through using our pseudocode. And obviously this pseudocode it's really essential to implement any problem solution. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. So see you in the next video. Till then, always just try to do coding and practice, because if you do practice, then the more you practice, it will be more easy to understand. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you so much. Bye bye.